tuck it in. And then you grab your measuring tape, and we're going to start at the belly because we're going to measure in 3 areas. Above the belly button, at the belly button, and below. And you can grab your measuring card if you're going to keep measurements for yourself or you're going to take pictures. But what you'll do is you'll have a waist, belly, and hips. So we'll start at the belly button just to set our marks because you're going to mark on yourself. So when you take off the wrap, you can remeasure in the same exact spot. So we'll start at the belly button. Make sure it's straight all the way around. You can do this in front of a mirror if it's easier. We'll grab a Sharpie marker. What I'll do is I'm going to mark myself right on the sides. I don't measure in the front. I don't mark in the front because the wrap, when you take it off and you rub all the product in, it's just going to take the marks off anyway. So even in the back, if someone's there to help you. So then I look at my measuring marks, my measurement tape, and I write down my measurement. And then I'll go to my waist. It doesn't matter if you do the waist or hips, it doesn't matter. As long as you start with your belly button. I think it's important so you can set your marks. And it doesn't matter what measuring tape you use as long as you use the same one before and after. Okay. So I do about 1.5 to 2 inches from the next measurement. So I make sure I'm straight. And I will mark myself again. Okay. And like I said, it's easier to do this in front of the mirror. Okay. And then we'll do our last measurement. This is the waist area, the hip area. And then you just kind of check and see if it's even with your other marks. Again, you mark on the sides and in the back if someone's there to help you. Make sure you relax when you're measuring because you don't want to be sticking your tummy out or sucking it in. Okay, now that we have our measurements, it's time to put the Ultimate Body Applicator on. So you take it out of the package and fold it here. All the product is on it already, so it's pre-prepared. Now most wraps are going to be highly saturated and they're going to be real wet on the outside. So what I do is, because I don't want to waste it, I just wipe it on me. Whew, it's cold. Make sure I get all the product on me. Then what you can do is you can open it, and that's where all the product is. And then now I'm just going to smear in the product because it's been kind of clumpy from being folded. And I just make sure the edges are wet with the product. And this one's pretty good to go. So then I'm just going to apply it. Whew. You can go a little higher, a little lower. It just depends on where you want to work. Maybe new mommies, they want to work a little lower if they have stretch marks. Make sure it's tucked into your pants. Smooth out the bubbles. Okay, and now because it's not adhesive, you want to use a saran wrap or an ace bandage of some sort, or maybe spandex. So then what I'm going to do is use a saran wrap. It's a little more difficult, but I'll grab it and I'll just wrap around. I'm going to rip it. I'm going to rewrap, just because for a lot of women, we're really curvy, and so you want to rewrap to make it a little tighter on the top or the bottom because maybe our hips are bigger, so it may tend to roll. So then go a little higher. There you go, and rip it. Okay, and like I said, you can also use ace bandage. I even sometimes will use this over, just because I'm anal about it. So, but if I'm going to bed and I want to wear a wrap, I'll use this instead, so I don't wear a saran wrap. And then you put your shirt down. Make sure you grab a glass of water and wear it for at least 45 minutes. Then when you take it off, you rub it all in, all the product, and you can remeasure yourself.